Most electric vehicle owners are told never to charge to 100%. But if you have an LFP Tesla, following that advice is a mistake that is quietly hurting your battery management system. Without a regular full charge, your car loses its ability to calibrate accurately, and the range estimate you see every day becomes less and less reliable over time. Here is why hitting 100% weekly is not just acceptable for LFP owners. It is exactly what your battery needs. Before anything else, make sure you know which battery you have, because everything in this video applies specifically to LFP chemistry. If it shows NMC or NCA, the 80% daily limit advice from previous videos applies to you, and charging to 100% regularly is not recommended. Start with why LFP chemistry is fundamentally different from NMC at the voltage level, because this is the root of everything else. LFP batteries have a very flat voltage curve. What that means in practice is that between roughly 20% and 90% state of charge, the voltage barely changes. On an NMC battery, the voltage rises and falls in a way that allows the battery management system to accurately estimate remaining capacity at almost any point in the charge cycle. The system reads the voltage, compares it to a known curve, and calculates how much charge remains. It works reliably because the NMC voltage curve has enough slope to give the system clear reference points throughout the range. On an LFP battery, the voltage curve is so flat in the middle range that the battery management system cannot reliably distinguish between 30% charge and 70% charge based on voltage alone. The difference in voltage between those two states is tiny, sometimes less than 0.1 volts across the entire middle section of the curve. The BMS is essentially trying to read a ruler where most of the markings have been erased. It can see the bottom clearly, and it can see the top clearly, but everything in between is an educated guess based on accumulated data rather than a direct voltage measurement. This is why Tesla's recommendation for LFP owners is to charge to 100% regularly. Not because LFP chemistry benefits from being at full charge the way some people assume, but because 100% is one of the two clear reference points where the battery management system can take an accurate voltage reading and recalibrate its capacity estimate. Without regular access to that top reference point, the system's estimate of your available range drifts further from reality over time. Here is what actually happens when an LFP owner skips the weekly full charge for weeks or months at a time. The battery management system starts working with an increasingly inaccurate picture of the pack's real capacity. It knows roughly how much energy went in and roughly how much came out. But without the calibration anchor that a full charge provides, the accumulated error in its tracking grows over time. The range estimate you see on your dashboard, the number that tells you how far you can drive before needing to charge, is calculated based on the battery management system's current capacity estimate. When that estimate drifts, the range number drifts with it. In practice, this shows up in two ways that LFP lithium iron phosphate owners sometimes misinterpret as battery degradation. The first is a range estimate that seems lower than it should be, making the battery appear to have lost capacity when it has actually just lost calibration accuracy. Several owners in this channel's comment sections have reported apparent degradation that partially resolved after completing a proper full charge recalibration cycle. The second is less predictable battery behavior near the bottom of the charge range, where the battery management system, BMS, may cut power earlier than expected, because its inaccurate capacity model has compressed the effective usable range. Neither of these is permanent damage. Both resolve when the battery management system gets the calibration data it needs from a proper full charge cycle. Now let me be precise about what a proper LFP calibration charge actually looks like. Because this is where a lot of owners get it partially right, but miss the most important step. Charge to 100% and then leave the car plugged in for at least 2 hours after it reaches full charge. That 2-hour window after reaching 100% is not optional. It is when the battery management system, BMS, completes the cell balancing process that makes the calibration accurate. Cell balancing is the process by which the battery management system equalizes the charge level across all individual cells in the pack. An LFP pack contains hundreds of individual cells, and they do not all reach exactly the same state of charge at exactly the same time. The balancing process runs after the pack reaches full charge, and it can take anywhere from 30 minutes to 2 hours, depending on how unbalanced the cells have become since the last full charge. Owners who charge to 100% and immediately unplug are getting partial calibration at best. The pack reached full charge, but the balancing did not complete. The BMS recorded the top reference point, but the individual cell data it needs for accurate ongoing tracking is incomplete. Staying plugged in for 2 hours after reaching 100% gives the system time to complete both the calibration and the balancing, which is why Tesla's current guidance specifically includes remaining plugged in after a full charge, rather than simply reaching 100% and disconnecting. The practical way to implement this is to schedule your weekly full charge overnight. Set your charge limit to 100% before you go to sleep on a chosen night. Leave the car plugged in, and by morning, the charge will have completed and the balancing will have had ample time to finish. Reset your daily limit back to 80% to 90% the next morning, and continue with your normal charging routine for the rest of the week. The entire process requires no active involvement beyond changing the charge limit setting twice. There is a question that comes up consistently in comments on LFP content, and it is worth addressing directly here. If charging to 100% is recommended for LFP, does leaving the car at 100% for extended periods cause the same stress it causes on NMC chemistry? The answer is nuanced. LFP chemistry is fundamentally more stable at full charge than NMC. The olivine crystal structure that makes LFP so thermally stable also makes it more tolerant of high states of charge than layered oxide NMC chemistry. Sitting at 100% overnight after a weekly calibration charge is not damaging to LFP cells in the way it would be to NMC cells. However, the scientific consensus based on actual battery research papers is that LFP does not want to sit at 100% indefinitely. The recommendation of charging to 100% once a week is not a recommendation to keep the car at 100% permanently. It is a recommendation to reach 100% regularly enough that the BMS always has recent calibration data to work with. The rest of the week, keeping your LFP battery between 20% and 80 to 90% for daily use is the approach that balances calibration accuracy with long-term cell health. If you are not going to drive for several days, bringing the charge down to around 50% before leaving the car is better for long-term cell health than leaving it at 100% for an extended period. One final practical note on measurement accuracy that connects directly to the calibration topic. Several owners in this channel's comment section have reported apparent LFP degradation that turned out to be partially or fully a calibration issue rather than actual capacity loss. The range estimate you see on your dashboard is only as accurate as the battery management system's current calibration state. An LFP owner who has not completed a full calibration charge in several months may see a range estimate that understates their real capacity by 5% to 10%. simply because the battery management system is working with stale reference data. If your LFP Tesla's range seems lower than it should be, complete a proper weekly charge cycle before drawing any conclusions about actual degradation. Charge to 100%. Stay plugged in for 2 hours after reaching full charge, then check the range shown. That number, taken after a proper calibration cycle, is the most accurate reading your battery management system can provide without specialized diagnostic equipment. If you have noticed your LFP range estimate improve after completing a proper full charge cycle, drop it in the comments. Real owner experiences with calibration, drift, and recovery are some of the most useful data points for other LFP owners trying to understand what they are seeing on their own cars. And if you want to keep getting practical content like this, hit subscribe. I will see you in the next one.